My guess is, if they're smart, they'll use a group of currencies, maybe 10, and weigh them, and then put them in an index, and like the USDX, and use that index to find the value of the international currency unit. And I think that might be the way that they'll go, but I see them heading in that direction, whereby they would want to have a devaluation of all currencies simultaneously and a default on all debt simultaneously. It would be quite a conference. But that's where I think they're headed. Next. I can't believe this. Oh, it's the same one over again. Okay, here we go. One more. Chris. In 1929, when the market crashed, the banks called in their loans on clients who borrowed on margin. Incidentally, at that time, the margin requirement was 90%. You put up 10 cents for every dollar that you used buying stocks. Today, and since then, it's been 50%. For those of you who don't know. The banks called those margin loans in. They did that in 29. It's my understanding that back then, this was the majority of the loan types made by banks. That's generally true. As most did not have mortgages, equity loans, credit card loans, etc. Now, they did have mortgages, and you're not going to believe this, but they were ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages. And it's one of the reasons that everything fell apart so fast, because from 22 onward, the banks were making adjustable rate mortgages. And when the market blew up, they blew up as well. Today, the public, we covered that. If the markets continue to go down, crash, and place major banks out of business over the next 12 to 18 months, what is the likelihood of any bank being able to call a loan on outstanding mortgages, equity loans, and other loans? The loans will still be in place because someone will take over what the bank had as assets, probably the government, and they would make you pay them those loans down. Now, how they would do it, I don't know, and nobody knows. Whether you would have to pay on the face amount in the middle of a depression, or would they say if you own $100,000 and we just devalued the dollar by 90%, or 1 for 10, and this is hypothetical, then I would assume that they would say, instead of being a $100,000 loan, now it's a $10,000 loan. But you also could expect your salary to drop from $100,000 a year to $10,000, and that loaf of bread was $2.50 will be 25 cents. I hope you're getting all this. So I don't know. I would think that would be the normal, reasonable thing to do. Is there any standard legal language, fine print, or loophole that exists in the standard mortgage loan documents that could give a bank the option to call in a person's mortgage loan regardless of the customer's good standing and an ability to make payments on time? And I can't answer that, but I have heard that some loans can be called in. But I don't know for sure. It's something that's kind of out of what I do here. Okay, last one. He's talking about an article. It mentions that the Fed has $45 billion in capital and $2.1 trillion in assets. The article mentions that they are undercapitalized, as undercapitalized as Citigroup is, and that's true. I understand that the $2.1 trillion is all the money they made out of nothing to buy treasuries. That's probably true as well. Treasuries, agency debt, and and CDOs or MBS, which are the mortgage securities, as well as loans to AIG, going into the commercial paper market and all that stuff. What is their $45 billion in capital? The amount of capital can be found in is a Federal Reserve thing, which you go to. But it does not say what the capital is. Well, it's money.
There's the break, Bob.
Okay.
And we'll be right back. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. You are listening to Financial Survival, sponsored by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. I'm Melody Cedarstrom, and if you would like a complimentary issue to the International Forecaster, give us a call on our 800 number. That's 800-375-4188. And Bob, would you like to tell us about the International Forecaster, please?
The forecast is about business, finance, economics, social, political issues all over the world. We publish Wednesday and Saturday about 35 or 40 pages each time for those who are not on the Internet. We have a hard copy that goes out twice a month. And if you would like to see what the publication is like, you can get a free copy by going to our site, theinternationalforecaster.com. The International Forecaster, FORECASTER.com. You can also email us if you choose. That address is Bob, that's Bob, at INTFORECASTER.com. Bob at intforecaster.com.
Or call 1-800-375-4188. That's 1-800-375-4188. And of course, folks, your gold and silver coins here at Discount Gold and Silver Trading. Great prices, great service, quality products. Give us a call at 800-375-4188. And if you'd like your portfolio reviewed, give us a call. And there might be some sort of tweaking that you can do in your portfolio so you can get the best performance out of your coins. 800-375-4188. And you can email us at discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com, discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. And our website is discountgoldandsilvertrading.net, discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. Have you finished your questions, Robert?
Yes.
Good. There's some good questions there also, and we thank everyone.
Yeah, the Australians, all that way.
Yeah, we have them everywhere. Here's a question in. There's a video of the Max Kaiser show where he shows Elizabeth Warren, the administrator of the TARP fund, saying she has no idea where the first $300 billion went or is. Scott sent this to his friend, and he says, I know where it went, Obama's slush re-election fund. And I guess Glenn Beck had a good program on the subject yesterday. And he wants to know, have you heard of this disinfo agent Glenn Beck's propaganda on where the missing money went?
No, but I know who he is. And I ran that link in the International Forecaster 3 weeks ago, and everybody who's a subscriber was exposed to it at that time, and yes, that's what the lady said. And the money went to U.S. banks as well as foreign governments, and the Federal Reserve refuses to tell even a federal court judge where it went and how it was used and why it was given to them. And it's one of the reasons that Ron Paul's H.R. 1207 to make the Federal Reserve that's the word I'm searching for. Not translucent, whatever. You can see what they're doing. And this is one of the reasons. And, of course, the deluge of phone calls emails, faxes to Congress. And we know for a fact they were absolutely, the House members were overwhelmed. The American public is behind this by over 80%. And that's really big.